Like Dallas certainly in play for that. We've got the partly cloudy skies to mostly cloudy conditions earlier in the day, but this afternoon and this evening, that's when things really intensify. The winds will also pick up. So we've got breezy to gusty winds and again, the thunderstorms. So skies will darken and things will get dangerous as we move through the afternoon. Dr. Knabb just showed us that possibility of some very strong winds. In addition, we've got that Torcon of 5. So I think we'll see some individual supercell thunderstorms along with some that are just capable of bringing blasting winds along our line. Here's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, still generally quiet, but very quickly 2, 3 o'clock, we begin to see more activity move through. Again, some individual supercell thunderstorms, those that could produce the very large hail, the very gusty winds. But then a cluster, a line of thunderstorms headed our way during the late afternoon and evening hours. So right through the dinner time and that late day drive time. That means a lot of folks could be out on the roads when these strong winds and large hail producing storms roll through. Some lingering showers, rumble of thunder possible as we move into the overnight hours, but I think the intensity drops off. I do think it'll be this afternoon and into the early evening that the worst of the storms are there across North Texas. Into the Shreveport area, Texarkana as well. We've got a Torcon value of 5 for you. Going to be a little bit later in the day, and again, more likely that we see a line of thunderstorms. Now, along that line, you certainly could get a tornado, but gusty, damaging winds, again, in excess of 70, 75 miles an hour will be a possibility. Here during the mid-afternoon, a few isolated thunderstorms possible. Again, those have a little better opportunity of the very large hail, the powerful tornadoes. Then 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, you can see that line racing through. So north to south across the area, just about everybody gets hit. Potent thunderstorms with very, very strong winds. That could be damaging to your home, to your vehicle. Trees could come down. So I don't want you to think, oh, good, just a line of storms with wind. Wind does a lot of problems, and unfortunately, this one could be a significant wind maker. And then we look at the Little Rock, Arkansas area. Torcon of 5 for you, 3 farther to the north. So again, opportunities for storms that produce tornadoes, storms that produce hail, and of course, storms that produce wind. Here's 7 o'clock with some storms rolling right through the metro area. And again, as we move through the mid and late evening hours, even into the overnight, I think that could be the most dangerous time for a place like Little Rock, Mike. More likely than not after you've gone to bed. So watching midnight, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, even some heavy rain lingering into Friday's morning commute. Flash flooding, something we also have to watch for.
Yeah, that rain will be significant.
Winds, large hail, and possibly strong and destructive tornadoes. So unfortunately, a lot of opportunities on the table, not to mention flooding could be a real issue here moving forward. Here's a look at what we have right now. We've got one severe warning in the northeast corner of Oklahoma, another one along the Arkansas-Missouri state line, and then just a few garden variety thunderstorms across parts of Mississippi and Alabama. Things beginning to get going, though, across central parts of North Texas. Let's look at the warnings, though, because we're watching for the possibility of gusty winds and hail out of these Carroll and Madison County here in the state of Arkansas. Again, just south of the Missouri state line. You're in effect until 12:45 local time. Alabama, Carrollton, and Green Forest, some of the communities in the path of this severe warned storm. And then that northeast corner of Oklahoma. This is headed right towards the confluence of Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Missouri. So you can see Joplin up down the line, Commerce, Miami, and Pitcher, some of the areas in the path of this one. Likely to see some hail out of this one. So you see that hot pink core in there. That would be likely some of that quarter-plus size hail. Not to mention, again, the damaging winds. Lots of lightning out there, even outside of our severe warned storms. So if you're hearing thunder, inside where you need to be. And we've mentioned the damaging wind risk. Very likely that we see damaging winds out of storms today in excess of 60, even 70 miles an hour from Dallas to Shreveport, Texarkana, getting up towards the Little Rock area. You've got a likely risk. And again, when we talk about winds 75 miles an hour or greater, Storm Prediction Center very concerned about the area in the hatched white. That is a zone that could see some of those exceptionally strong winds. Mike, that's going to do the damage of a lower end tornado.
Yeah, it really could. And if you're in a mobile home,
that's smaller zone.
Yeah, well, Mike, Alex, we've been asking folks on Twitter to send us your weather questions regarding today and tomorrow's severe weather threat and all about Winter Storm Quest and its snowy arrival in the north. Get started to be on the leading edge of this strengthening surface low. Starts off pretty good in the daytime, but then the leading edge gets there and the secondary low will bring snow through there. So it is going to snow pretty good, especially if you look at the Euro model. Look at tomorrow through Sunday. several inches of snow in Boston. GFS, very, very similar, but New York City again.
I was going to say, once again,
Rain.
Boston kind of the winner there on 95, but for New York, all rain.
Yeah.
Plenty of rain.
The snow in the Catskills and Berkshires is going to be really phenomenal. I think around the Capital District, heads up, you're going to be using your plow. The kids are going to love the snow this weekend.
Yeah, and weekend snow. I mean, I know you